Hi Dr. Teresa, I'm Elvin Tehoja. So the topic that I've chosen for my individual assignment is the spiral of silence theory. So here are my presentation outline. I will start with a short introduction, followed by how the spiral of silence theory has been tested, and followed by my shortcomings on these studies, and lastly, the summary. So for the introduction, I've chosen an article with the title Fear of Isolation and Perceived Affordances, where I studied the spiral of silence theory on social networking sites regarding police discrimination by Fox and Ho in 2018. So next, how the spiral of silence has been tested. So in this study, the skill created by Hayes in 2011 was used in all the 6 sections on a 5-point scale from 1 to 5, which from strongly disagree to strongly agree. And here are the 6 sections of how the spiral of silence theory has been tested in this study. First one will be the fear of isolation, personality trait, followed by the contextual anxiety of isolation, followed by attitude strength, perceived congruence of opinions, the readiness of self-censorship, and lastly, the perceptions of SNS affordances. Now, coming on the shortcomings of the study. According to Schiff and Moore in 2000, although the spiral of silence theory provides an effective framework for comprehending the dynamic method of expressing opinions, its assumptions are too small and simple and fall short of reflecting the complex nature of opinion, development, and modification. While the spiral of silence theory is heavily criticized for presuming a static majority and minority, with people just following the apparent majority position. Next, in my opinion, the spiral of silence theory in this study failed to sufficiently take into consideration how people differ in terms of their personalities, morals, and communication preferences, where all of each might influence how outspoken they are. Although the fear of isolation trait has been tested in the first section as I mentioned earlier, but it is not specific enough to determine the characteristic of the people. It is so important in this study because some people might be more inclined to voice their opinions regardless of what the considered majority thinks, while others might be more reluctant to do so, even if their opinions are in line with that of the perceived majority. And lastly, the role of mainstream media was not addressed in this study. Instead, it is exclusively focused on the personal and social predictors of opinion expression. This study chose to focus on the aspects of spiral of silence theory that have received support because Noah Newman's in 1974 claims of a consonant mass media have been largely unsupported and theoretically challenged. Although the spiral of silence theorizes directionality, but we are not able to infer causal relationship through the use of survey methods in this study. So now coming on to the last part of my presentation, which is my summary. According to Jauhar and Jiang in 2018 as well as Wilner in 2002, this study solely focused on one issue, that is police discrimination, and in only one setting, which is Facebook in the United States. Studies that have observed many concerns rarely reveal similar findings across teams. According to several academics, and according to Selman and Green in 1996, the outcomes might depend on the nature of the issue. So it appears possible that certain affordances might become more important in relation to particular challenges or in particular settings. For instance, according to Soichev in 2016, in nation with speed restriction or a history of imprisoning dissenters, perception of anonymity or the durability of one's post may be far more predictive of opinion expression, particularly if the matter is delicate or critical of the government. So that's all for my summary, that's all for my presentation. Thank you.